You do your own graphics too. It's just you're not a graphic designer.
No, not at all. But I do some attempts at it. And let's leave it at that.
Oh. And that's how the whole graphic of 12 sucking on a dick came about.
Wait, huh?
Your profile
I
picture.
do not think you're on the correct mindset for this.
Your icon. You showed me a version of it.
Why are you bringing this up now?
I don't know.
It wasn't even me designing it. Don't leave me in the silence here.
I'm silent because I'm just adjusting, the settings. Because, hey, we're live.
You're not explaining what you said.
I said you're not a graphic designer, but you like to design things, and I know how sexual you like to talk, so I just assumed that the icon of you sucking a dick was drawn by you. Because you're just like, this is a very nice picture and all, but it needs
ask for
dick.
that one. I just received it, and I'm keeping it.
I mean, fair.
I'm not elaborating on this.
That is fair.
Speaking of, you know what? There's an unknown on your Twitch, and it's when it comes bouncing up from the bottom of the screen, it's a bit questionable.
There's an unknown? What?
Hold on, let me screen crap this then. Screenshot.
I don't see nothing.
That's a terrible one. Hold up. It's moving, so it's a bit difficult to take in the right second. Let me retry that again.
Hey, Mason, welcome in. I'm doing fantastic, and I think my co-host is as well.
Well, I'm questioning that thing on the bottom.
The thing on the bottom. Oh! That! It's just a panel. It's the Pokemon panel.
Well, it looks a bit more suspicious with, it bouncing up and down a bit.
It's a frying pan.
Sure, frying pan. Yeah, let's keep this Twitch safe.
Sure.
Just ignore the starting of this this episode.
I do remember you, Mason. It has been a while, but I do remember you.
I do not remember many people here around. It's like I'm looking at I went through my YouTube subs and Twitch, and I do not recognize many people.
I mean, fair.
Like, who the hell is this person?
Who are you?
Oh, they have they're big. What?
Like 12 only attracts the big people.
I'm not sure if I want to think more about that.
I was gonna ask you this question. Is it okay if we have your real name on the screen, just your first name?
What like just 12 instead of?
No, like, this isn't. Hang on, I'm just gonna DM it.
I see Mason commented about getting a Game Boy Color with Super Mario Deluxe. Ooh. That's how I started too. I got a Game Boy Color with Super Mario Deluxe. That's the first retro console I ever got.
My first was a Nintendo 64. I never actually owned a handheld console till 2014 when I found a Game Boy Color in the garbage can at my school. And I threw batteries in it and I bought a Yu-Gi-Oh game and it worked. I still have it too.
I mean, I'm not complaining, but yeah, that was my first one, a yellow Game Boy. And I bought a second one a while afterwards, which was not the greatest shape, but I replaced the shell and put an IPS screen in it, and it's a lot better.
Now the only
I was supposed to... I made a video, tried to make a video, but the camera stopped recording it.
That's why I have a retro,
Camera is
so I can
terrible.
record those. But my only handheld console is my 2DS now, and I guess technically my Switch.
Again, well, yeah, Switch. And then I have PS Vita. I have 2 PSPs now. One is broken.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the screen is completely shattered, but doesn't matter. I just received it for free. And I have the XL, 3DS, 3DS, new 3DS XL, Game Boy Color, another Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced, another Game Boy Advanced. I think that's most of them. So yeah, 2 PSPs, 2 Game Boy Colors, 2 Game Boy Advanced, a DSi XL, new 3DS, and XL, and an old 3DS. And old Switch.
So
Do
many.
not have a Game Boy. Or like, or an original Game Boy.
I've never had one either. I've had Game Boy Color, but not like an OG Game Boy. Oh no, they're typing. I'm about to be in trouble. Fair. Let me see this. Last time in the stream, like so much has changed. Some good, bad. I have a job now. I'm living in the UK for 4 years. Nice. Oh, not nice.
But
Then
getting a job,
nice.
that's a pretty big deal.
The job part is nice, but the rest of the part, I'm like, I would under. Ooh, sounds like you've been through a lot there, my friend. Anyways, for everybody here who
I haven't really been on streams either, to be fair.
no 12
I
just
think it
randomly
just fell out of interest.
12 like we never hear from 12 for like 2 years, and it just kind of pop up like I'm still alive, and then we do content with each other for like 6 months, and then she just disappears again.
6 months, that's a long time. I don't think I've been around for 6 months at a time.
That is true. Now you have
It's like
to.
we
'cause
do
a
one.
podcast
We
together.
take like 3 weeks to plan it. We did one session and then just silence.
Well, we're already off to a better start because we're on our second session. We're doing
And I
good.
actually have been DMing you somewhat
also true.
regularly.
All these chicks in my
It's
DMs,
impressive
man.
how. I just love how just people on Discord just when I show up, it's just, oh, you still around?
Well, because
And
there
I'm
was
like, yeah, I just haven't been on Discord for like half a year.
yeah, there was a time where you're like, I'm not gonna use Discord anymore. And then you talk, and everyone's like, holy crap, she lives.
And like I also like how most of the time I jump in, it's always something stupid and random I'm saying.
I just
Because
find
otherwise, it's I might be around and reading the messages. I just don't have anything to say, so I just leave it.
I mean, fair. I find it
And
weird because it's
then
like,
when I finally do say something, people panic.
shit, she's alive. I just find it weird because it's like every time I like will think about it, I'll be chilling around thinking about all my friends, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't seen 12 in a while. I wonder if they're okay. I hope they're still alive and like nothing bad happened. And then like the next day, you'll text me just the most random thing ever. I'm like, oh hey, they're still kicking. Cool.
I think I have an example. Let me see if I can find it.
My setup has changed because I've moved to a new house.
Drive.
I'll have a setup tour video later. But yes, for
I
those
have a.
chilling here that don't know while 12 looks for the message, we are a very unprofessional podcast, as written above me. We tried to be professional, but said, oh, screw it, and just left it at that. We are
It's never happening. Don't worry about it.
We're technically a gaming podcast, but we very rarely talk about games.
That's just in the fine print.
Last episode, we spent the first like hour just discussing cars. But I think
we can do
today's
that
gonna
again
be
if you
great
want.
because I had a teaser to the
There we go.
title. So
Personal.
the news section is gonna be amazing. There's one part of the news I can't wait to talk about with 12.
Is it the thing you mentioned?
Maybe.
Oh, geez.
I just realized I need to get like another light for near my setup. I'm so dark. Like I move over to one side and the other side. I look like Two-Face from Batman.
I bought a studio light, like one small one, but I used it like once for like actually recording.
Well,
Where's the
because
folder?
the problem is with 12 doesn't have a webcam for security reasons.
No, I guess it just I don't see the point in buying one.
There's that too.
That's some messages.
If you ever want to see 12's beautiful, gorgeous face, too bad. She's never using a webcam.
Or the one time I did have done it's green.
Well, see, you've done it once where it was green screen, and then the second time you
I've
just
done it
showed
more
me.
than once, and it's
And
green.
then the second time it actually worked.
Oh, I
You
found
just
it.
showed
Hold
me
up.
your room.
I don't remember if that was
License.
my.
Nice.
Oh jeez.
Person's seen
Discord's
their
having issues.
license. You act like that's a new
Let's
thing
see.
for Discord.
I mean, I haven't been on it that much, you know.
You act like it's a new thing for Discord. It's not. Discord is.
Why can I not upload a file?
It won't let you. You're not allowed.
Upload file. Let's do this one. This one. Okay, there we go.
I realized I have your Twitter handle here, but you don't use Twitter anymore. All right, let's look at this. What's going on here?
Okay, my Twitter exists. I can't
it's
log on. I have no idea how to log back on. And like, you might be, oh, just use your like password recovery or whatever. That email does not exist. Apparently.
There.
I
Yeah.
just don't have access to it. So that's not happening.
So for people looking, I was looking at the messages here. We were talking about violence, and that was the first time in over a year 12 showed up in the Discord to talk.
Yeah.
When we started talking about violence.
Yeah. I love it so much. Just, I have not spoken anything, and it's just sudden, and you just, yeah. When violence happens, or I guess sexual things, then yeah, sure, I'm all yours.
12 is just violently sexual.
Um,
I'll let you interpret that as you want.
that was not what I was thinking about.
Yeah, and you
I
do a
don't remember if
podcast
it was
with me,
related to
so
Discord. Oh yeah. You said like my Twitter handle does not exist anymore, right?
oh, it exists.
doesn't
You just
apply.
don't use Twitter.
I can't log on,
Oh,
but I don't use it either.
yeah. See
Do you want my Fetty account then?
the fucking what?
Have this one on.
Okay.
I am not very active. When was last post? 3 days ago.
Where was the last?
That's
post
more
you made?
active than I've been on Discord, so I mean, I guess that's something.
My I've been very active on Twitter today because of a video game I was playing that was just amazing. Well, video game, visual novel, whatever you want to call it.
Wait, that's a nice transition to what video games we've been playing.
It
I
is.
haven't played a single one.
Wow. Okay. That's okay.
Very unprofessional. This is supposed to be a gaming podcast. I do
See-
not even play games.
See, I played a lot, but I only have like 2 to really talk about. Well, the one was Horizon 5. They did the Horizon Origins thing. So you can go back and play
That's
through.
2 more than me.
You could go back and you could play through all of the intro sequences to all the former Horizon games that are recreated in Mexico. And they recreated all the intros for it. So there's that. But the thing I was talking about earlier was a visual novel I played and finished today called Fragment Note Plus, which was like, holy shit. It is a romance visual novel. And basically, your character, his daughter from the future comes back to make sure you live a happy life. Because the life she's from is a future she does not want you to have because things go wrong.
I don't know if I should interpret that as wholesome or not.
Technically, it is wholesome. I don't know. I didn't know if you want me to spoil it. I could probably talk to you about it off the podcast, but it actually does end in a wholesome way. Because your future changes.
I don't have that much experience with the end, so I mean.
So the weird thing is, like, your future changes, but because of how the story is done and how everything happens, your daughter's future doesn't. So she's not affected. She's still in the future regardless of how the game plays out. But she comes back to change it for you because you screw up and make a crappy future for yourself.
Interesting.
It was interesting. It was a weird thing. It was a good read, though. Read? Question mark. It's like a choose your own adventure thing. There's parts where you have to discuss things and figure things out, but I don't know. I was always one to never really like visual novels, and all of a sudden I started enjoying the romance ones. I'm a very romantic guy.
I'm not, but I gave up a long time ago.
You'll find that one person that will help you.
No, but my point was more, I haven't played any games, but I have picked up a couple.
Oh, if we want to talk about
So,
games we picked up, I got my video game monthly package this month. Or last
Yeah, I
week.
noticed you posted a video. I've not been able to watch it because my computer's been down.
I get 10 free games a month. Well, it's like $80 for it, but I get 10 games a month. 7 of them were Japanese N64 imports. So I bought the adapter thingy and it's on its way.
Cool. I picked up almost all PS4 games, now that I think about it.
I picked up
Now I was just
2
at
PS4
work
games.
and then realized right next to it plays this whole game, so I just stopped by and picked up a game.
And what'd you
And on Monday, at that same place, but then I picked up Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And today I picked up Little Big Planet 3, Lego Hobbit, and Lego Adventures.
Nice.
But that brings me on to something.
Hey.
Do you actually have like any I guess game series you're prioritizing collecting? Kind of games?
Not really. I don't have like series, but I have genres.
Yeah, so for example, what kind of games are you like, okay, I want to focus on these games right now? Do you have any examples?
I guess I don't have like specific series, but like JRPGs and romantic visual novels are the top 2.
I guess I do focus a lot on JRPGs.
That's the problem. have
But
so many
I always had like,
little time.
I want to try and get physical copies of every Lego game.
Fair.
So I've just been slowly picking them up because there's a store quite nearby, which they sell a lot of the new ones for I guess about 50.
Our podcast is living up to its name.
Oh, has it crashed?
Yeah, it did. It's back now, but it did.
Can I just ask, when you stream this, or I guess for the YouTube upload, do you download the stream or do you record it separately?
Nope, I just export it straight from Twitch to YouTube. Although now
Yeah,
I'm
it
going
might
to
be a good
download.
idea to.
Now I'm going to download them and upload them separately because I'm making a separate channel for the podcast. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to send me the files.
will
I'm gonna do
do.
the PearTube channel.
Will do.
Yeah, I was thinking it might not be a terrible idea to record it separately in case stream goes down.
Yeah.
I mean, have you played around? Have you used the multiple profile option in OBS?
I have.
Yeah, because I just set up a separate one for recording, so I can record stream and stream,
Yeah.
but with different assets. But I guess here you can just also hit the record button.
I can. But I think I also have. Yeah, I have the ability to automatically record when streaming. I could add that. I'll add that to next time.
I did not know that was a feature.
Yep, it's just in settings on OBS. It's just settings and then underneath general and then output automatically record when streaming.
I completely ruined my last system when I tried I was running Debian on that system, so it's like, okay, I need OBS. I'm like, oh, I really need this feature. You need a slightly newer version of OBS to use a plugin for it, or you can get it implemented into OBS in an even newer version. Neither came with my system.
Oh no.
Uh, so I had quite the adventure trying to make that work, and at the end, I think I might have broken something, but I just didn't care and just nuked my entire operating system.
Yeah. And
So
then you
I
nukes
have
everything else.
moved. I have not set a new background, so that's just default, but otherwise pretty happy.
Fair enough. Hello.
Hello to who?
I don't know. I heard a knocking noise in your end,
Oh,
like someone
that's
knocking
my
on the door.
glass.
Oh. I thought it was sounded someone knocking on the door.
I just have this image of somebody throwing a glass at the wall and just, oh hello, who's there?
See, it sounded like, I don't know if my mic will pick it up, but it genuinely sounded like it sounded like someone knocking on a door. I don't know why, but
Hold on, let me try again.
yeah.
Yeah, that's just the glass hitting the desk.
Oh, okay.
I'm not hitting, it's just being placed on the desk.
Nobody ever said I was intelligent. But no, in like kind of the boat you are when it comes to collecting physical stuff, I've been working on trying to get physical copies of all of the games I own digitally. So every time I go to the store and I see a game on sale, I'm like, I own that digitally, but the physical version's on sale, so I'm gonna pick up the physical version. English is not
I'm
my
kind
first
of
language.
close in that. I never really bought that many games digitally. I guess there's some PC games, but a lot of them I buy the PC version to play with people, so I just end up with both.
Yeah.
And it's just less prioritized. But there's a couple PC games I'm missing, but it's mainly just... I might be missing a 3DS game. And maybe one or two on Wii U.
Fair.
Actually, maybe a little bit more than 1 and 2, but it's not that many. It's just kind of whenever they show up. Or I remember.
Fair.
But like, yeah, like PS4, Xbox One, I never used the storefronts on those, so I just don't have a single digital game.
See, I have a few just because of like PS Plus free games and things like that, but and also I had a bad problem of being like, hey, this game's like $5. It was on my radar.
Yeah, I used eShop on 3DS and Wii U, and those are the only systems I ever downloaded games on.
Ironically, digital games is what got me into the visual novel genre. Because I saw a game called Song of Memories and I thought it looked like a cool JRPG, then found out it was a visual novel, but I loved it anyways.
Only visual novels I actually played is Tsukihime, which is PC game, so...
Fair.
I'm not sure that there probably is a physical version out there.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a physical version of like Song of Memories and all that stuff too, so I have a physical version. Also, you could probably find people who make physical versions.
Like, I don't know. When I go on like websites that have a more international, I guess, inventory, you see some games, I'm like, what, that exists? They actually made a physical copy of that?
My favorite thing is going on websites like eBay or Etsy and finding people making physical copies of ROM hacks. Like, I have a few N64 ROM hacks that are physical cartridges.
I do think that's a quite cool thing to do.
Yeah.
I think you can also get like repo boards that are quite easy to program instead of destroying old games.
Some people put ROM hacks on some weird things. Like, someone made there's a ROM hack for Pokemon called Pokemon Liquid Crystal. Somebody made that for an N64 cartridge. So you could play a Pokemon game on your N64.
Not the strangest idea I've heard.
I mean, to be fair,
I'd mainly be like considering getting like a mother-free English patch on like a ROM cartridge.
I mean, I have
and maybe light platinum.
I have the very first Animal Crossing as an English patch ROM cartridge because it originally came out in Japan and it was called Animal Forest for the N64, and I owned that just English translated.
Do you know how much Wasn't the Animal Crossing Japanese game for N64, was that the same or similar to the next game in the series, or was it
Yep.
completely different?
Nope, it's the exact same. Japan got the first game in the series for the N64, and it was called Animal Forest, and it became a big hit in Japan and got a bit of attraction worldwide. They released it for the GameCube as Animal Crossing.
Okay.
Also, did you know Pokemon Yellow came out for the NES in Japan as like an actual cartridge?
Like the thing is, for some reason, I have like memory of that being a thing, but I've never heard of it.
I've heard of it, and I did a little bit of like research on it, and it was a real thing. So that's technically the first Pokemon main series Pokemon game to come onto console, not Sword and Shield.
I kind of do want it. Like one thing I also want to do is like play like the old Game Boy Pokemon games, so it's like an NES Advantage, like an arcade stick.
I mean, you
I
could
have memory of doing that once, and I do kind of miss that experience.
see you can technically play the original Game Boy Pokemon games on a system, because the SNES came with a Game Boy Reader cartridge that you put into your SNES, put a Game Boy or Game Boy Color game into it, and you can play it that way, kind of like the Game Boy player.
Yeah, and then just use a controller adapter. But you can also technically do that with the GameCube, with the Game Boy player.
The Game Boy player. Yep, and you can do it with Game Boy Advance games or whatever.
Yeah, I think though, if you want to use the borders, you might have to do a bit of hacking, but I think you might be able to use it now.
That actually, using just the Game Boy player disc, sparked one of my favorite podcasts to watch called Disc Only. Because they were doing a charity event, and if you donated money towards a certain game, they would play that game. They had to play the Game Boy player disc only for 3 hours. And it's just the disc you need to load up the Game Boy player. That's all it is. It's just the menu.
I didn't. Do you have a Game Boy player?
I do not know. I do not own an actual GameCube. My GameCube games are played on my Wii.
I picked up a GameCube to have. Well, one, I'd like the console, and second, I really wanted the Game Boy player, which I finally got one. I do not have disc.
Oh.
But to be fair, I did that on purpose. I didn't want to pay for it.
But you need the disc for it to work.
No, okay, listen. The disc is absolute garbage. Don't use it.
Oh, okay.
What you should instead do is find a way to load Homebrew and load GBI instead.
Oh, fair.
It's just better. The only downside, it's a bit harder to get borders working. But otherwise, it's gonna look better, it's gonna run better. Just, why the fuck are you gonna, bother with Game Boy disc?
Now, is that just because everything that comes out in European form is shit quality-wise, or just the Game Boy disc is actually, like, crap?
The Game Boy disc was actually shit.
Because I know, like...
It has two main problems, which is, A, the resolution is wrong, or not optimal, I guess. And second, it has a pretty high latency. And I also think it has some filtering, so the image you get isn't actually, pixel for pixel.
I mean,
so,
the image I get from my Game Boy games pixel for pixel isn't great anyways, because I'm playing it on HD TV. So it tries to
you can
stretch the shit out of that.
I quite wanted like a GBA consolizer at some point, but those are expensive.
A GBA consolizer? That's just a Retron.
Take an original Game Boy Advance, and then you basically add HDMI and controller inputs to it.
Oh. That's basically like the Retron 5, what I have. But
yeah, but this is using actual GBA hardware, so amazing compatibility. But yeah, they do cost quite a bit, then you have to put them together yourself or something. I really want to do that though with the PSP, because I have a broken one. But that's not very well documented, so it's not super easy to do, and it's a very pinpoint soldering.
That's like, right now I have a way to do it wirelessly, but I thought about looking into getting a 3DS capture card, but those are like least $500 because you have to send in your already modded or 3DS or 2DS, and then they have to install it and then give it back to you. Like, there was never an official capture card made for them.
Yeah, like, the thing is, I'm okay with, like, getting, like, a physical capture card, but I want to install it myself.
Yeah.
There's been, you know, a bit of... I don't quite remember. It's a long time since I looked into it, but my method of capturing 3DS game at this point is just use an emulator.
Use an emulator or use one of the best wireless things you can do through Homebrew.
I mean, I guess I could,
it's called
but I'm
Snicker
also
Streams.
I've considered it, but at the same time, I'm just gonna... Citra works quite well, and
That's
I
fair.
think it looks better in some cases. I'm okay with that.
I mean, that's fair.
But I might do it for 3DS games, but if I were to
Yeesh.
play DS games, I'd rather play it on an emulator and record it than play it on the 3DS.
I mean, fair.
I hate playing DS games on 3DS.
I mean,
I think the main issue is that first you need to change the resolution of the screen so it's 1:1, which then means you lose a lot of screen, and then there's the position of the D-pad.
Technically, I'm doing something you both love and hate when it comes to DS games. I'm playing my DS on an emulator that I have on my 3DS.
To be fair, I also have that set up. But what you should be doing is play your DS games on a Wii U emulator.
But I don't want to.
I mean,
I don't feel like taking my
DOS,
Wii
the
U with me
virtual
to
console
bed
for
at night.
DS.
I don't feel like taking my Wii U with me to bed every night, though.
What would do you not? I'm disappointed in you. Come on, invite it to bed at least once. Give it a chance.
I did when it was in my actual bedroom, but it's not anymore. Except to be fair, I would have the gamepad set up against the wall, and I'd have a Wii Classic controller in my hand because for some reason Smash Bros. Brawl didn't work on my Wii, but worked on my Wii U. So that's how I had to play Brawl.
I have some GameCube games that are like, they don't play on my Wii, but I play on my GameCube, which is another reason I have a GameCube.
Yeah. I'm like the only person I know of who've had this problem. It's like I put Brawl in my Wii.
It does seem a bit strange, but I have noticed some Wiis, like mine in particular, is getting a bad DVD drive.
Yeah, it could be it.
So some games just refuse to play.
Yeah. Cause like with...
If you use it on another system, I even tried it on another person's Wii and it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's not the disc. It's definitely something with the disc drive. So I don't think it's... I think it might just be a bad disc drive in the Wii.
Probably my problem too, because like our family's Wii upstairs, Brawl works fine on it. On my actual Wii, doesn't work at all. I have to play Brawl on my Wii U.
I would assume then that's a similar issue as with my Wii, so I'm guessing it's just bad DVD drive. How old is your Wii?
When did I buy it? 2013, 14? It would have been around the time I started collecting consoles. So yeah, around 2013.
Well, wait, did you buy it new then?
No, I bought mine used.
Yeah, so you don't know exactly which model. I mean, it has GameCube support, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I bought mine, must be after Smash released, but I'm not entirely sure. Probably around then, so 2008, I suppose.
Yeah. No,
So I definitely have a bit of an older model, so that might be why it's, not as good. But, newer models doesn't play GameCube games, so, I don't care. I'd rather have the broken one. Plus, I mean, these days I just use, like, the USB ISO loader.
You try to
play... I never really put in discs in either way.
You try to play a game on the Wii that's higher resolution than 480 and your Wii has an aneurysm and dies.
To be fair, unless you have component cables, you can't play it any higher than 480i anyways.
I know.
But get some nice YP-BPR cables. RGB does not work because Wii does not do RGSB.
RGB
But
is
you know, then you
color,
can go
not-
up to a whopping 480p instead of 480i. The Wii is quite an impressive system, huh?
Or this is a little bit of a stretch, for your case at least. You move to either America or Canada, where none of our Wii's supported 480i. They all were 480p at standard.
No, that's not true.
Mine doesn't.
All Wii's. Okay. In Europe, you can get the Wii with up to 576i. 576i or 480p. In America, it would be 480i and 480p because of PAL video standards has higher resolution.
Hi, Kimmy.
But the Wii does both 50 and 60 Hz, so with the Wii, it doesn't really matter where the game comes from. Except the Wii PAL version supports RGB, so you can get better color instead of, you know, higher resolution.
Fair.
I spent years researching it. Just let me enjoy this.
12's the technical person in this podcast. I'm just the one that goes video games.
It worked, yay.
My game works, I can play it.
I'm like, nah, I can't play this. It's only 480i, it's not 480p.
She's out here disassembling everything, and I'm just like, put it in and pray it works. My bad.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I'm also at the point now where I'm starting to replace, like, Game Boy screens.
Anyways,
They get, you know, that
on-
crisp picture.
on the topic of resolutions, the PC Master Race loves to talk about resolution and the best sort of resolution, which is why NVIDIA has taken the opportunity to unlaunch the GTX 4090 12 gig version. So you will only be able to get the GTX 4090 16 gigabyte version of the NVIDIA graphics card.
I do question why that 12 gig existed.
I guess a lot of people did, to the point that NVIDIA unlaunched it.
I mean,
'Cause
it
they-
really does not make sense. If you're gonna have a video card of that caliber, you might actually use that VRAM. Or if it's
Yeah.
for professional work, you will use that VRAM, and then it's not gonna be enough anyways.
Yep.
You should have put 24 gigs in it, I think.
But yeah, no, they both.
I don't think 16 is enough.
I just think it's funny
But then
that
that would beat out the quadro cards, I guess.
I just think it's funny that like NVIDIA's like, yep, we have two versions coming out, whatever, the 12 gig, the 16 gig. On the day they both were supposed to launch, NVIDIA went, yeah, we decided not to launch the 12 gig version, so you're never gonna get that one. So on the day they come out, NVIDIA just went, unlaunch it. Nope, don't need it.
I don't think they should have called it. I mean, I guess they have done it before with the GTX 1060 with the 3 gig and 6 gig.
Yeah.
But I think that's a terrible idea to have, you know, same model but with quite different specs. They really should have done something like they did last time with calling it the 3080 Ti, the one with, you know, the 3090 with less revam. So I don't know. I don't really mind. I stopped paying attention to Nvidia. I bought my card. I don't care to look into them anymore.
That's fair.
And drivers are absolute garbage, and I hate them.
Again, fair.
Nah, it's been a real pain dealing with Nvidia drivers, at least on Linux. If it's something wrong, probably Nvidia drivers. And yes, it was.
It's always the
Anyways, do you
stupid
have any
videos.
more news?
I do. I guess on the topic.
Are we gonna get to the
we will.
not safe for work stuff?
Yeah, that's one more news story before that. Again, speaking on
Oh.
games that have gorgeous artwork and sometimes amazing graphics, Triangle Strategy is now coming to Steam after being a Switch exclusive for only for 6 months.
Which game you glitched out? Because it's probably Discord.
Triangle Strategy.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
With the same
I do plan
artwork
on
as
getting it
Octopath?
up, but I'm gonna get a Switch.
Oh, that's fair.
I
You don't have a Switch
want
anymore?
physical.
You don't have a Switch anymore?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, I thought you said it. Oh, you said getting it on Switch. It cut out, and I heard you just go, "I'm getting a Switch." I'm like,
I am gonna get a OLED Switch at some point.
like, you don't have your Switch anymore? Dang it!
I do want an OLED Switch so I can hack my old one, because then I have one working.
All right. Stretch. Gonna prepare.
Oh,
12.
This is gonna be wildfire. I'm looking forward to this.
I would like to talk to you.
Good
12.
Hold up, can I get my notepad out for this?
All right. I'll let you get your notepad out. This is a wild story.
Oh, everything's on the floor.
Hello, everybody in chat. I hope you all are doing great as we wait for 12 to get prepared for this wild story.
I'm trying to find a clean paper. You know, just in case I get some inspiration, I just need to be ready to draw it down.
I sure hope you don't take inspiration from this, but okay.
Well, I mean, you just said, you know, they were some stuff in a certain Nintendo game, and I'm like, okay, there's tentacles in it. I'm interested.
Okay.
Shall we get started?
Okay. I would like to talk to you about Japanese Splatoon VTuber porn.
That was not quite what I was expecting, but go on.
So, a group of streamers in Japan, VTuber streamers, have decided to do this thing where they mess with the color contrast of their OBS to make the enemy's ink in Splatoon green, so it acts like a green screen. And what they would do is behind the game footage would play porn, and it would inspire and encourage them to win the match, because basically if they lost the match in Splatoon, their stream would just play porn. And they were going to see how long it would take before everyone got banned. The last person apparently out of this group lasted 2.5 hours before they finally lost a match and got banned off Twitch for showing porn.
What about all the ink on the ground?
That's the thing. That's why it encouraged them to play good and play better, because otherwise your enemy's ink will just be all over the ground and you would just be seeing porn being played.
Honestly, this is not the worst idea I've heard.
Well, when I heard that, I'm like, 12's gonna love this. I have to put this in the document for the podcast. Yeah, it's just like, that's how the person started to when I saw this. Like, I want to talk to you about Japanese Splatoon VTuber porn. And I'm like, huh? And they told me this.
Yeah, no.
Like, I guess that would encourage you to do better.
I find it's quite interesting.
It would encourage you to do better, because if you're a full-time streamer, you're literally putting your career on the line to win some Splatoon games.
Yeah, I don't think you should maybe, you know, put that behind it, but...
That was the whole challenge.
Put a picture of Gordon Ramsay or something behind it.
Gordon Ramsay. So every time
I'm just imagining that, what is it, the... what's the one where he holds the toast on the side of the head? Just imagine that. Sandwich? Yeah.
Or is it every time you lose, all your screen shows is Gordon Ramsay pointing at you going, you're a fucking donkey.
Motivational Gordon.
Yeah, because I want Gordon Ramsay to be my motivational speaker.
Hey, it's at least a lot more Twitch safe.
I would need more therapy after that session.
Oh no, Gordon Ramsay, you done it now.
Just know that if you ever do that as a challenge, I'm not going in. I joined the opposite team to see if I can make you lose.
I do not have Splatoon 3 so far.
I don't have Splatoon 3, nor do I have a porn addiction, so I'm already out.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't have either. I have Splatoon 2 if that counts.
12's more of a creator than a watcher when it comes to porn.
I'm not sure if I want to elaborate on this. What do you mean I curate? Since when was the last time I finished a project? I'm very glad I did not end it off with finish and didn't elaborate it.
Everybody,
You okay there?
for as little as $1 a month, you can subscribe to 12's OnlyFans.
It would just be empty. Just nothing ever finishes.
It would just be you. It would just be a green screen. Because your camera doesn't work.
And just an occasional just fuck.
just have it like silent, like noises in the back, and then just randomly scream, "Wrong hole!"
You mean I don't say that when I'm drawing?
Let's move on, shall we, to something?
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna. Okay. Yeah.
A bit more.
I'm just trying to make a pen sound sexual, but you know what?
All right.
Let's do it.
From sexual Splatoon to illegal street racing. From now until
Is this game related or real life related?
Well, game related.
Okay. Go ahead.
Need for Speed Payback is right now having double money and RP rewards for single and multiplayer modes from October 21st to 24th. Which is really strange because Need for Speed Payback came out like 4 years ago, and Need for Speed Heat's the newest game.
I guess that's noteworthy, but I mean, it's not illegal stuff going on, so I guess that's a bit disappointing.
Well, it's illegal street racing. Street racing's illegal.
Still.
Anyways, 12.
Back to the sex talk?
No. Back. A topic you wanted to talk about this week.
That was the collectibles we were prioritizing. I guess that was the only thing. Oh wait, hold on. Are you referring to the doc?
Yeah. You wanted to talk about games that were loved that we didn't like, games that were shit that we loved, and our least favorite console.
Least favorite console, that was at least my idea, so I guess that's the one we're going with.
Alright. What console do you hate the most?
I mean, you only told me more yours, so I guess I have the least. I guess it's not particularly interesting, but I do not like my PS4.
Oh, you did mention that, actually. I do remember that.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, to me, the PS4 is like one thing, which is the console I get all the multi-platform games on. I usually just find that Lego games I want to have on it because I started playing a lot of them on PS2.
Fail.
And I guess I like having like JRPGs on that system. A lot of them get released there and just feels fitting. But other than that, just kind of like, why do you exist?
Speaking of PS4 JRPGs, Persona 5 is now on Switch, PC, and Xbox as of this week.
Cool, I hate the controller.
Jesus, you said
And
it
also,
so aggressive.
Yeah, I have this burning passion.
Just,
No, okay,
cool, but fuck
also
the
just, like,
controller!
I hate... I had to, catch myself before we got off topic again. No, I don't really like how, it really wants to be on the network and, PSN crap. I do not even have a PSN account anymore. But yes, the controller.
Xbox is
It's
pretty
probably...
bad for that, too.
I guess it can be argued the N64 controller is worse because of the analog stick.
I love the N64 controller.
I mean, I do quite like it too, but the analog stick, it's
hard plastic.
Yeah, and also, like, I tried repairing him and never found a good way. So I ended up buying one of those Brawler 64 controllers.
That froze my console.
Let's get back to that. Really, okay, but yeah, the Brawler controller, I just don't like the way, like, Zen and L, they should have been swapped because of how most games work, but otherwise, yeah. I bought, like, a GameCube controller extension cable. That literally shot off my GameCube. When I plug it in.
Yeah, no,
anyways, PS4 controller, garbage. Build quality, not great. Like, good plastics, they feel nice. But the controller just does not hold up over time. The triggers squeak, analog just break. And you know how they redesign it? Yeah, also, I find it way too heavy, which is one thing I liked about the PS3 controller. It's quite light and small. PS4 controller is big, heavy, and the worst part, around the face button, they have this, like, circle detail. You know?
Oh.
That corner is very sharp, apparently, and it hurts my thumb. At least the first time I did it. Afterwards, no, but I have bad experience, so I don't like it.
I genuinely had to remember what the original PS4 controller looked like because I have a modified one.
Oh.
I have a
Yeah, but I mean,
fancy
at this
gold
point,
modified one.
like on PC, I mostly use like PS3 controller for now. I use my Xbox controller. There's like games that makes more sense. I use
Yeah.
the PSP controller with PS4. Which is one thing I really like about Linux. You do not need like stupid software to make it work. You just plug in, it works. And on PS3, I was sometimes, or PS4, because sometimes considering just buying one of those controller adapters that can plug in a PS3 controller instead of using the PS4. That's how much I dislike that thing.
And on
But
that
yeah,
note, tune in next podcast when she talks about how much she hates the controller but loves the Lego games.
I mean, you can get them for Xbox,
Why did you buy them for PlayStation then?
I just said I bought my first ones was on PS2.
So you just wanted the nostalgia feel.
So I have a lot of nostalgia for playing them on PlayStation. So despite most of my games being on Wii and Wii U then afterwards, I just kind of ended up with that. And I've been lucky and found a lot of good deals. So I have most of the games on PS3 and PS4 now.
Fair.
So, I mean, I am missing a couple if I want to have everything on PlayStation. But it's not that many that I just do not have a single copy of at all. The only one I can think of is Lego Dimension. I do not have a single copy of that. But otherwise, I have at least one version of the game.
Fair. Yes, I am Snapchatting my girlfriend, not paying attention to my own podcast. Read right above me. It says a very unprofessional podcast.
I guess that's downside to having webcam on.
Even
You
if
do
I
not
didn't
know
have
how
my
much I've been drinking.
Even if I didn't have my webcam on, they would know. We've been live for the last 50 minutes, and I've been texting them for the last 5.
I don't know if I should feel cheated on or not.
What do you mean?
Let's not think about that. I'm gonna see if I can get some form of interactive media up on the screen for another time. I might be cooking something up on my computer, but I broke it.
So next episode, instead of a webcam, 12 is just going to have her just bobbing up and down as a GIF.
I was gonna say feet cam, but okay.
No.
I don't know why that came to mind.
No.
That's not. I don't worry, my feet doesn't stay in place, and I'm gonna be out of view most of the time.
I'm not cheating on
You
anyone.
just sometimes see a black shadow fly by.
Any more hatred you want to get off your chest of the PS4?
With PS4, I mean,
I'm not cheating
I don't know.
on
Like, there's a bit
anyone.
with like the changing of SSDs, but that's not too bad. It's better than the Xbox One, so I can't really complain.
My one gripe with the PS4, they only allow a maximum of 8 terabyte SSDs. That's the max you can have. So I'm already out. Like, I need more space on my PS4 that I've had to start games over on different consoles just so I can keep them on other.
Okay, so you know how like the PS4 design is like this like sandwich thing?
Yeah.
You just put another PS4 on top of it and just integrates. They have different PS4 depending on which games you need to play.
This is my actual PS4. This one's just used for memory.
This one is for all Lego games. This one is for other games. This is for like the cheapo bargain bin games.
This is for all the games
I
I
mean,
don't
I have a
enjoy but my
Slim.
friends play, so I play with them.
I have a Slim, but I do kind of wish I had a PS4 Pro in it sometimes, but I don't think there's that big of a benefit to it.
I think the PS4 Pro can do 4K, and that's about it, really.
I don't even think it can do 4K most of the time, but I mean, I have 4K TV, so I guess it would be nice to use it, but and none of my other consoles really support it, so who cares? I mean, I guess that
Fair.
makes me want to get like a Series X, is just to have like 4K output and stuff. And I have like the old Xbox One, and it's out of storage, and it can't really replace the hard drive, so it is tempting because they made a good job on backwards compatibility. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe one
Fair.
day. I don't care to do it right now.
Too much technical stuff. You don't feel like doing it.
Yeah, I have to replace cables, which means pulling out the TV, which is a fucking pain. Have you seen my TV setup?
No. Because as
Maybe I
stated
shouldn't
before,
show you.
you don't own a webcam.
Can I take a very crusty photo and send you?
It's gonna get a
Let me just
random
peel off
photo.
the tape of this camera.
Why do you? Oh right.
It's not a phone I use, okay? But it's the only one I have Discord on. Where's the camera app? Do I actually not have a camera app? Oh, there we go, camera.
We're
Oh,
professional.
geez, this is
over
such
here.
a horrible camera. But yeah, I'm not getting up, so you're just gonna have to deal with what I'm sending you. That actually looks better in the picture than I expected.
Oh. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, you can see it's not very fun pulling all that out because all three shelves need to go out at the same time.
We're being roasted by my girlfriend in chat, by the way.
It's a nice sideline view. Continue roasting it. We want in hard roast. No, wait, hold on. What's food and normally for well cooked? Well done. We want you well roasted.
Ugh.
It did not go to plan.
You can just tag team with my girlfriend to roast me. It's one of her favorite hobbies.
You know what? I'm in support of that hobby.
The key to a happy, successful relationship is mentally abusing your partner.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be pretty effective.
We are terrible people for relationship advice.
I'm not even in one. What do you mean?
Then
I
don't
mean, I guess
take
it just means I'm not
anything I
speaking from
say
experience.
literally. See, the key to a real successful relationship is to continue to flirt with your partner even after you have them. That is true. Your favorite hobby is dragging me out of my pit of self-hate.
I was just thinking.
Uh-oh.
That just seems completely normal.
Dragging me out of my pit of self-hate?
I mean, just flirting with, your partner, even,
Yeah,
they're just, having fun with them.
fair. But, like, I don't know. You see,
I don't know how partners work.
I don't know how this works. I've never done this before.
What's a human being?
Yeah, 12 is just an android sent to me by, what is it, CyberLife? What are the androids from Detroit Become Human made from?
I don't know, but I was thinking you were gonna make it sound like I'm in a relationship with an animal or something. I guess
No.
Android is a lot better.
I mean, to be fair, on the list of, like, favorite males in girlfriend's life, I have yet to crack the top 5. Her animals overrank me. But no, like, legit, the key to a successful relationship, even after you have a partner, still flirt with them. Don't just be like, I got her, I'm gonna give up now.
Okay, we're in a relationship. Okay, let's go. Just leave and go to the local McDonald's.
Gotta make that too.
Never see him again.
That's not right. No, the worst is when your work
Achievement
schedules
hunting.
don't collide and then you can never see them.
I mean, I at least have a regular work schedule, so I guess that makes it easier for me. But it depends on whoever you are with work.
You'll always find me at McDonald's because you work there.
Wait, does she actually?
Yes!
That just makes it better. I was just like, I just had some random restaurant I could think of. I'm like, I haven't been to McDonald's in a while. Let's just put that in.
They have
And
McDonald's
yeah,
out there?
okay,
I guess they have
interesting.
McDonald's everywhere.
Yeah, they are about everywhere.
No
You
matter
have
where you
KFC.
go. Yeah, we have KFC.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, you don't got the Kentucky Fried Children? Well, dang.
Children? Maybe that's not why they're here.
Snack that smiles back. Children.
KFC will be a very different place if they were serving up children.
I feel like on the topic of fast food, the only place we probably have that you do is McDonald's.
Burger King?
Never mind. I stand corrected.
I can't really think of any other
So,
fast food places.
Instantly, you're just like, nah, we also got Burger King.
I've been to
King.
one Burger King, and that's it.
My friend went to a Burger King once for his first time ever and got worms, so he stopped going there. He's never been to Burger King since.
I mean, well, actually, I think Domino's has popped up recently, or I guess a few years ago.
Is it true that European Domino's tastes like cardboard? Or is it only in the UK?
I do not know. I've not had much Domino's, so I don't know.
It's fair. Alright, so
It was called something else before. It was a different restaurant, and all those got bought up by Domino's. And when that happened, I just never went there.
fair.
We have other ones, so who cares?
But I think I saw like an article the other day. It was like best pizza joints from around the world, and it was like in the US and Canada, Domino's was in the top 3, and in the UK, Domino's was like the bottom of the list.
Oh. There was a period in my life where every restaurant I went to, I always order a margarita.
Why?
I was in like UK, I ordered like 4 different margaritas.
Becomes legal. JKH has to go
Spain
try
as well. I just
every
ordered
margarita.
margaritas. So it was
Fair.
always, I don't remember which one was the best, but experience, I guess.
I remember doing this. How was it? I don't remember.
I just really couldn't decide, so just went for something, good, staple, safe, and decided maybe I should write a review about these things, but I
Cheesy
didn't.
Paradise. That's a great slogan for a pizza joint. Greasy, cheesy paradise.
Yeah, honestly, not bad.
One day I'll make the venture across to that side of the globe. I'll drag Sedona with me.
Wait, this side?
Yes.
Yes, let's not go to the UK and have Domino's there.
I don't know.
Let's pick any other place that sells margaritas.
Sedona, you decide on where we go. I'll just pay for the trip.
I mean, that's, I mean, this is gonna be expensive, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Dairy farming's where I make the big bucks, so it's fine.
We'll figure something out, I guess. But I mean, I guess
You're just
we have
gonna
to
be that
maybe go
awkward
to a
third
pizza
wheel?
place. Huh?
You're gonna be the awkward. Oh, the tables will have turned. Remember, like a few years ago, you said I was the best third wheel. Now it's your turn to be the third wheel.
Didn't you say that yourself?
No, you did.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't remember the context of this.
We were talking about
Probably
relationships or
depression.
whatever, and I was in a call, and then you're just like, you know what, Steven, you're like the best third wheel.
I have no memory of this, and I have not been in many calls, so I should remember.
The awkward master, and so am I.
The awkward duo.
We're gonna go. I know on Sedona's bucket list is Ireland. We could go there and someone try to talk to me, and I would panic and be like, I'm sorry, I don't speak drunk.
Don't speak drunk.
They're known for heavy drinking in Ireland. And potatoes.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you can also just say, I don't know, do not speak English.
I'm just gonna say I don't speak English while speaking English.
I I I love how like um my mom do not really know much English, and when she was in like Netherlands, she got asked something, and she just says she didn't speak English in Norwegian.
Being fair.
She
I mean,
just no, I give up, give up.
If I ever went to Norway, that would be me. Someone would talk to me, and I'd be like, I come from English Norway called Canada. I don't speak any of this. I know one phrase in Norway. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, at least most people do know English, so you should manage fine.
Fine-ish.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're unlucky with, maybe meeting my mom.
I don't know
Then
why
you
I would
might
ever do that.
be in a bit of trouble.
Who are you? Some random creature you've never met. I had to get a translator. Ugh,
Wouldn't that just be me?
I guess.
Oh no, I have a lot of work to do. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. This podcast really did derail.
The podcast always derails.
I guess that's the point.
Exactly.
We have any more notes of what we should talk about?
We don't.
I mean, we never
technically
got
at
on
the
the
end.
games we love or whatever, but I mean, it's not important.
And-
We've been live for like 48 minutes.
An hour and 10
It's a
minutes,
decent
actually.
episode. We've just been completely sidetracked, and you know what? That's what I like.
Oatmeal. We'll add that to the topics for next week. Because apparently I have to go. I've been asked to go help.
Wait, do you?
Yeah, I've been asked to go help family with some. So.
Oh, so we have to talk about oatmeal next time. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I got them all screaming at me now. Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah, and that seems a big deal.
So, I have something to tell you, 12.
Oatmeal?
No.
What's your favorite?
What's my favorite? Maple brown sugar. Maple brown sugar. I think that
Alright,
actually is an oatmeal flavor.
I am not familiar with this territory.
Yeah, well, it's a Canadian kind. Zona says hi. So the thing I have to tell you is that our next podcast will probably not be for like a month from now, because the next weekend I am actually free, or like not working. I am gone. I am with Sazona on a vacation, so I won't be around to record it.
Oh, gee. Actually, hold on. That might work out.
Which gives
Does
us
that mean in December or November?
November. There probably will not be an episode in November, so it won't be till like December.
Actually, that works quite well for me.
Which gives us a month to get everything all set up and figured out. Because we've
Yeah,
been
like,
doing
no, the
all of
thing
this
is,
on the fly.
November is gonna be very busy for me.
Oh yeah, no, November is for me too.
Only like the last week. But
December
I guess
might be hit and miss because
so...
of Christmas, but...
No, that's fine.
So yeah.
I mean, actually, hold on. Which day is Christmas?
The 25th.
No, it's the 24th. What calendar? Not have a calendar.
Lucky you get to meet my I'm
Not
very
have a
lucky.
calendar on
I'm
my
looking
PC.
forward to meeting your grandparents.
Huh? Calendar.
Hopefully they like me enough that I can become a full part of your life.
So let's not do a podcast on the 24th because Christmas.
Yep. So we'll have to do one earlier in the month, like the 10th or 11th.
No, I have no idea. Let's leave this to future us.
We'll burn that bridge when we get closer to it.
Wait, did you say we will burn that bridge?
Have you never heard the saying? The saying, we'll burn
I
that
thought it
bridge.
was cross that bridge.
Yeah, I've always heard it
Cross
growing
the
up
gap.
as we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Man, that's an interesting one.
Maybe it's just because all my friends were arsonists like I was.
Oh, sounds exciting. you have to go.
I do.
I also have to go. To the door behind me with the mysterious room I'm not gonna talk about.
You mean sleep because it's like midnight for you?
That sounds more responsible than I was intending.
Let's not leave it at that. Podcast. All right. So yes, we don't know when
I
the
do.
next.
No. Wait, okay, I'm curious about what you're thinking, but let's not do that on the podcast.
But yes, next episode will be whenever we get around to it. Thank you everyone for coming and talking. I will try my best to have both these episodes up on Spotify for everyone to listen to as well, once I figure out how to do all that. But until then, I will see you all next time. We will see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody.